Good morning, and it is indeed a great pleasure to be presenting the opportunities of medical tourism in India in cooperation with Medical Russia at the kind invitation of the President of the Medical Association of Russia. It's a very interesting subject, and I think it is a new opportunity for many people first to know, understand, and experience. Medical tourism, we take to the next slide. Medical tourism, medical tourism has flourished in India. You can see over many, many years. And at present, just before COVID, I would say we were ranked number 10 in world rankings. It's per the index. The arrival of foreign medical tourists, as we call them, also increased literally dramatically to double of 3.04 lakhs, which is 300,000 and above. All this indicates an enormous opportunity for promoting, presenting the aspect of medical tourism in destination India, particularly now for the ever growing and our friendly Russian market. Medical tourism, and I will read it out quite simple. But medical tourism in India has, we've discussed it, grown very steadily. South India, we have a city called Chennai, which is the fourth largest city in India and based in the state of Tamil Nadu. It is popularly seen as the health capital of India, or should I say medical capital. It attracts a lot of medical tourists presently also from our neighboring countries like Sri Lanka, Maldives, because of its state of art, multi and super specialty hospitals. In fact, it receives over 150 international patients, as we call them, every day. Likewise, Delhi, the capital of India, has very, very strong medical outlay of hospitals and treatment, covering the region of Delhi and what we call the national capital region, including Gurgaon, at a short distance of 20 to 30 kilometers from the center. Mumbai, which is in West India, is also popular. At this moment, there are many factors that attract medical tourists, but particularly for clients, guests, and patients from Russia, we have direct flights from Moscow to Delhi. That makes it quite easy. In all of 6 hours, you are in Delhi. And in fact, by the way, one of our leading hospitals, Medanta, is also in close proximity to our international airport. Slide, please. Very important. We've discussed about the factors which give us reason to believe that India is an attractive destination. And this is what I'd like to highlight. One, most important, cost. India provides high quality healthcare at very competitive price. High quality and competitive is very important because there is no dilution in the standard and level of medical care and professionals. As you know, Indian doctors today are available everywhere in the world, including the US and the United Kingdom. And for instance, the British health system is really managed and dominated by Indian medical professionals. As an example, a heart bypass surgery, which costs approximately $123,000 in the Western world, costs as I would say, little as $7,000 to $8,000 in India with no compromise on the quality of attention and detailing. That makes it extremely attractive for everyone and anyone. We already get a lot of patients from central independent states, what we call Central Asia, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Azerbaijan, and further up, which is the Middle Eastern areas of Syria, Jordan, Lebanon, and as I already mentioned before, Maldives and Lanka. So, coming to quality, we've talked about quality, and we have about 43 JCI accredited hospitals, which is of a certain standard. The country has or medical infrastructure in place to really provide high quality treatment using latest technologies and the best techniques. So again, extremely interesting for all members of the Russian Medical Association to understand and know. Waiting time is very important. As you know, medical care and attention needs to be given immediately, instantly. And we've seen, and as our guests and patients have said, that in the Western world again, clearly in the US, Canada, United Kingdom, patients have to wait a long time before they get their turn or appointment to undertake major surgeries. India has no waiting time. In fact, very little waiting time. Very little waiting time. Which is an extreme bonus for anyone seeking urgent medical care. Language. Despite our language and linguistic diversity, English is one of the official languages in India and spoken widely and definitely across the medical profession, as it's the medium of learning and instruction. It's a global language and thus makes it very easy for foreign patients. There are companies like ours, anecdotes, where we can always provide you end-to-end services and support to our professional Russian-speaking linguistic professionals part of our team. So this is an add value, clearly, clearly. Government of India, the Ministry of Health and Welfare, and the Ministry of Tourism have, in their objective and mission, put medical tourism in priority and as a focus as part of the global strategy promoting India. Medical visas are issued by our embassies for anyone seeking medical care based on certain criteria and a seamless and expedited processed immediately by our embassies and missions, which allows them to stay in the country for a certain period of time. This also applies to both the Embassy of India in Moscow and the Indian Consulate in St. Petersburg, and wherever else, which includes Vladivostok. Very easy for anyone wishing to come to India for this purpose. You know, we see that when medical patients come to the destination, more often than not, they need additional services. And these services are also easily and always provided for travel to make it seamless for their stay, accommodation, and for many other purposes, which includes family members, because there is a given ratio that for one medical patient, often you get between 1 to 3 accompanying uh, associates, family members who come along. So all this can be arranged very conveniently for the comfort of both the patient and the accompanying members of the family party. We've got some points listed in highlight, all listed and written, clearly described, important to understand. The quotation is the primary concern, from travel to accommodation to doctor appointments, post treatment care, and the tourist has to budget for all this. Hospitals are very, very familiar with foreign international medical patients who are coming in from the various countries I mentioned earlier, including the special treatment, intervention, hospital stay, insurances, coverage by way of in any manner, and they provide the quotation or estimates, as we call it, well in advance. So the patient knows, the family knows how the budgeting has to be planned, making it simple, easy, and comfortable. Foreign nationals require a visa. We say you get a medical visa, you get the necessary details, which has some information requirements, patient's name, passport number, details of the treatment, which hospital, quotation, sufficient amount of funds available for the treatment, pretty much standard information and very easy to interpret and chart through. Maybe an invitation letter which can be provided by the hospital or by the partner who is facilitating you in the destination, like anecdotes, for example. So, uh, all this makes it user friendly. As you can see, medical tourism is all about teamwork, team play, team effort, team coordination. You definitely need a partner, company, associate, a person, a body, association who you can collaborate. And this could be your local associate or a representative of a health medical association hospital. Accommodation services are all available, comfortable, based on budget, based on quality, uh, and providing all services like a hotel, room service, laundry service, you know, from any category of hotel, right from luxury 5 star to guest houses, and interpretation, language translation, escort, a full-time accompanying guide, a guide when I say guide to guide you through this journey of interfacing with the medical community. So it's basically ensuring very, very comfortable and seamless arrangements. This is important for Russians or for anybody, as we know that many Russians may not speak English. Uh, Therefore, we will have staff available on ground for these international patients who will be fluent in the language and will be able to offer the best professional simultaneous or multilingual translations. And this goes for all non English speaking patients. As I said to you, we have guests, our hospitals from Russian speaking markets or countries like the CIS. So hospitals are very familiar as our own service in offering, talking to patients and family members in Russian language. Security is a very important point, critical point, vital point for the safety of medical tourists. And to ensure their safety, our hospital in India make sufficient investment in the quality of security person with best available technologies to ensure that this there is no compromise in this space. Impossible. We have many, I mean, thousands of patients coming, and absolutely no inconvenience or discomfort can be felt by them. I did mention that medical tourism today is a global perspective, and uh, practice of traveling abroad to receive medical treatment is now very popular, common, and people travel all over the world. Ear, eyes, nose, throat, dental, heart, uh, ladies, uh, children, child care. So there are many things, and all this can be provided at lower cost, very easy access, and uh, literally it's like an experience of a feeling home away from home. Why medical tours? Healthcare and tourism go hand in glove. They are very fast developing. They are need of the hour. Education and health and medical will always remain, whatever may happen in the world, COVID or anything else. And it is the need of the hour. Many countries also provide, like India, Thailand, Malaysia, uh, and I would say India included, form a group and are very well known for offering high quality medical tourism services. Uh, there are numerous possibilities which can be explored, and everything can be customized, tailor made, personalized based on the requirement, because this is a very big, vast, open ended subject. And Indian medical attention, care, education is already acknowledged the world over. Uh, Patients from around the world are coming, very simply put, seeking benefit of affordable treatment in world class. So why not Russia? We should make it available for members of the Russian Medical Association and community. We'll be very happy to support that. Why India? India offers, we've repeated ourselves, medical facilities compared to any Western country, or when I say best benchmark practices. In the process, quite often we've been referred to in India as the global medical health destination. This part of our business segment, the medical tourism, is growing rapidly and estimated today to be nearly valued at $3 billion, expected to grow to 7.9 billion. Well, it has now, we are in 2023, getting on to 2024, and I will not be surprised if we've crossed this figure and it's sort of further trajectory in growth. Uh, you know, the scope of medical tourism in India, we've been talking, keeps coming up, and thus, in a way, it is repeated, but important to remind ourselves that medical tourism is a very large industry, and the total, and growing at $2 billion, literally, 2 billion trillion, sorry, and well worth over, you know, am I seeing it correct? The estimated revenue is 32.5 billion, constituting 5% of global GDP, offering employment to 4.5 million people. You know, so it is really something to talk about, and we are so happy and excited that President Evgeny, the Russian Medical Association, invited us to make this presentation, which will be further telecast or showcased to all your national membership. When we break down these services for medical tourism, there are many aspects. There's the accommodation, there's the service delivery, there's travel related, which includes the travel. There is the additional extra for family members, shopping, entertainment for tourists. There's the insurance cover, and all the hospitals and medical groups, associations list this in their website. It can be seen there. But we are always available for a very personalized one-on-one consultation, discussion, conversation, questions, any answers that are required. And it's always good to have a partner in the country. For this, I'm happy to state that Anecdotes will be very pleased to be working with members of the Russian Medical Association in fulfilling this task. We talked about it, there are minor surgeries, there are major surgeries, there are complicated surgeries, kidney dialysis, organ transplantations, replacements, cardiac, dental, cancer, neuro, cosmetic, genetic, psychiatric. Now the thing is, there's so many. Each is a specialized field. And all this together constitutes the business or the area, the scope, what we call define medical tourism. However, at this moment of time, India is already quite popular as a destination for wellness, meditation, yoga, health, rejuvenation, women treatment, and spas, thermal, and as you can read also, acupuncture, aromatherapy, beauty care. Lot of Russian ladies, women coming already to India to many of our world-class properties, products, which offer a range of treatment in beauty care, exercise, diet, and herbal treatments. So, and I mentioned yoga and practices of yoga and naturopathy, massages. But India is very well known for homeopathy. We've been talking of allopathy, but homeopathy. So again, you'll be surprised to know, or maybe you should know, any of our places or specialist treatment centers are already receiving large number of Russian patients. So much so that today Russian market probably constitutes the largest share of any market for such segment of requirement and service and facility. So we are happy if this can be further introduced, re-informed to the community at large, and we would be very delighted and privileged to receive more and more Russian friends come to India for this purpose. As you can read, reproduction fertility. And this is a very personal, very serious matter of individuals. And for this, you need confidence, you need confidentiality for potential parents, especially in the case of both babies that they families deliver, many who may be interested in adoption. for which there is another strict protocol to follow and fulfill uh, before we move to that. That's not really a subject we're talking about. Many people from the West, particularly Europe and America, have in the past adopted from India, from our adoption centers, which are strictly managed, controlled under government protocol and conditions, uh, and they have accreditation, like the Mother Teresa. But that's a separate subject. We can come to that whenever that requirement is. Biggest advantage of medical tourism in India, at the cost of reputation, I will tell you, is low competitive cost, service delivery, technological advancements, highly educated doctors, many of them who have now, practicing in the Western world. Our nursing facility is clearly about the best in the world. Quite often, India is seen as the fountain and the supplier of nurses to the world. And a lot of them come from beautiful state of Kerala, well known as God's own country, South India. But for some reason, it is natural affinity for them to become nurses. All of them know English, all very well educated and very gentle, very polite, very courteous, very caregiving. In fact, all the countries in Africa come to India. I did not mention earlier, most of Africa, like from Western, Central, Eastern, particularly, they all are coming to India for medical treatment. Our doctors and nurses are traveling there to undertake camps treatment. So again, I come back that India really offers highly advanced treatment, the most professional and caring manner. And now only wait for more Russian partners, friends, and associates. Consider India as the next top destination for themselves and their guests and patients and clients. So the concept of medical tourism is appealing to anyone who is interested in high quality and affordable healthcare for himself. Your personal health is most important, and you would spend maximum time, money, energy, effort in that for your welfare, for your care, for your good health. Medical tourism is already a global phenomenon and gaining popularity, and the number of people crossing borders, traveling overseas for treatment, that increases each year and rapidly. That too. India being a popular destination for them. With many, many, many medical tourism benefits, advantages in technology, and improvements in healthcare, you know, standards have vastly improved within developing countries, if you should call India one. But in the case of medical, I think we are very much a developed country. It's quite likely that the advantage of medical tourism will provide a good solution in an economic manner, as a in an advantageous way to address all healthcare problems. And patients and partners, hospitals will see this to their benefit. We already have many hospitals in the Middle East, like in Saudi Arabia, other countries who have very close relations, engagement, tie ups, partnerships with Indian associates for their patients. And similarly, likewise, we would be very happy to establish the same relationship with partners across Russia. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your kind invitation to address your association and membership. Look forward to working closely with you. Greetings from New Delhi, India.